What happened? Where am I?
You're in the hospital. You tried to kill yourself.
Kill himself. He was holding a loaded gun, and instead he jumped out of the window of a 2-story house. It was nothing but attention-seeking. He's got a broken foot. Of course, they'll keep him overnight for observation. And who pays for that? John Q. Taxpayer, that's who. This is why I voted for Trump. I'm a Trump man. Always have been. Give him hell, Trump. Drain that swamp. Build that wall. Lock her up.
So what is this secret government strike team you got me on? What do we do? Do you have to keep killing people? I can't. You can't make me. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, I killed someone. Blood on my hands, Lord.
Dad.
What?
You have to tell him.
Tell me what? That I'm off the team? No, I just got on the team. I can kill. Who do you want me to kill? I can kill anyone. I'll kill that old man to prove it. Prove my loyalty.
DZ, stop. Michael, tell him. I will not be party to this any longer.
Okay, fine. DZ, I have a confession to make. There's no Mike Tyson secret government, what I call it?
Secret government strike team.
Yeah, there's no such thing as that. I made it up.
What?
Yeah, here's the truth of it, DZ. You're a real shitty agent, and I wanted to fire you for a long time. But my problem is that I'm non-confrontational. That was my problem in boxing, and that's my problem in life.
You know, oh, Rochester. No, it was exactly 6 years ago. It came up on the old Facebook memories here.
Oh, yeah?
That, let me find it here.
Oh,
this was in relation to the Venture Brothers.
Oh,
yes, my favorite show.
And Melissa Merlot was involved.
Oh my goodness, exciting.
Yeah. I quoted a Venture Brothers episode saying, should I get some lotion or do you want to use blood and clown paint for lube?
That show is brilliant.
Hashtag Venture Brothers. To which Melissa Merlot commented, best show ever.
That's right.
Hashtag Venture Brothers. Hashtag best show ever. It is just brilliant.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Hashtag
All right.
Go Team Venture.
So as you probably just heard, Melissa Merlot is here.
Hello, everybody.
She's here for another TV10 podcast with me, Tommy Milagro.
And me, Bill Frost. And Melissa Merlot, what are you up to these days?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Still doing the Area 52 podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we wanted your expertise on an alien show, which we're going to get to in a minute. In the meantime, we're drinking some stuff.
Oh, yeah, and it's all brought to you in part by two of our favorite sponsors, Sugar House Distillery, the OG sponsor of the TV10 podcast, and also Booze-Teak for all your fine booze accoutrements.
Remember in the early days of the TV10 podcast when we would just bring alcohol in here and not be sponsored at all?
Yeah.
Like assholes?
We would just go, this show is unofficially sponsored, is how we would introduce. Not anymore. Now, people actually say, yeah, we want you to do that. Here's some money. Here's some products.
Oh
go nuts.
Here's some booze, yeah.
I'm so jealous of your guys' sponsors. I just want to say how impressive it is that you guys have so many sponsors. You actually can classify them with, like, OG status.
That's right.
Like, that's our original sponsor. This is our newest sponsor.
And the best part, 5 sponsors, all alcohol related.
Oh, my God. How do you guys do it?
That's still our badge of honor among the podcast community.
What we don't have in listenership, we have in boozership.
That is the important
You have
thing.
it in listenership as well. People
so let's talk about the drink here. Then we'll get to the other important business. So
it's a whiskey not so sour.
Well, let's clarify here. From Sugar House, this is their new make whiskey. So it's a white whiskey. And so it's a very clear drink. It's only in a small bottle, like
it's a travel bottle.
Yeah. It's a roadie.
It's a roadie. It fits right in your drink cup holder.
Which we don't endorse here at TV10 Podcast.
Just saying, if you wanted to, you could do that.
But we won't endorse it.
No.
Nothing's stopping you. Just We won't tell you otherwise. And also from Boostique, they had the Regal cherries in in sort of a lemon, lemon kind of
color. The cherries are yellow. It is very odd.
No. It's like the cherries are like in a cherry syrup sometimes, the maraschino cherries. These are maraschino cherries that are bottled in lemon...
lemony stuff.
Yeah, lemony stuff.
Lemon yellow stuff.
Which, combined together with some lemon and lime juice and simple syrup, also from Boostique, combined to a whiskey sour. Perfect for those summer days. And as for me, I am on a sober July, like a sucker.
You picked one of the longest months.
31 days.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, Bill Frost goes short, I go long. Ho! That's how I say. And also from Boostique is Fentiman's Botanically Brewed Curiosity Cola, which is what I'm going to be sipping on for the next few podcasts.
That's fancy as fuck.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very fancy.
Wait till we mix this sucker with some of our other sponsors.
No Shasta for Tommy Milagro.
No, we're not a Shasta brand here. Fuck all that.
No, what is the Dr. Pibb or the Shasta?
Dr.
Pibb.
Thunder?
Dr. Thunder, yeah,
Dr. Thunder.
the generic store knockoffs.
No.
Is that really the name, Dr. Thunder?
There is a Dr. Thunder out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, if you haven't fucking realized it by now, folks, this show's not safe for work. That's what NSFW means. But if you're our fine host, Melissa Marlowe, NSFW means...
in honor of the drink you made for us, which is fantastic. And I'm going to say it wrong because I always say this word wrong because I enjoy mispronouncing it. Nuclear sour flavored whiskey.
Oh, I like that.
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
Most people don't realize in Utah there's an extra U in nuclear.
Nuclear.
And I'm going to say right now to James Fowler, the proprietor of Sugar House Distillery, if you're not going to copyright and trademark that, we sure as fuck are. So
It really looks nuclear too. It's like glowing yellow.
Yeah, it is,
I was kind of scared to drink it.
Kind of glowing there,
But
yeah.
it tastes delicious. It's very good.
I think we stumbled on something. Thank you.
So we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now. There's this new show on, of all places, the Travel Channel.
One of the best channels there is for paranormal shows.
This one show got me actually paying attention to the Travel Channel, and I'm realized, like, what the fuck happened? It's all ghosts and aliens.
Well, it's like
and
History Channel is now doing Car Week, like all these channels are going this weird direction.
What happened?
They found where their viewers were, and they just went with it.
So
Ghost Adventures has been doing so great on the Travel Channel for how long?
Well, they've been great. So it's the Travel Channel. Let's just
anyway. This new show that premiered about a month ago is called Alien Highway, and it's a guy who was a sheriff, and he apparently got kicked out of his sheriff job because he was a little too into the flying saucers. And then he's got his charisma-free son along with him. Then they bring along the hot chick UFO investigator,
like you do.
You have to.
I think she's like 19.
Yeah,
maybe.
she looks way young.
It's like, who are you? Who is this young woman hanging out with these dudes on the road? This doesn't look suspicious at all.
Not in the slightest.
And they go to different parts of the country. The first episode, Skinwalker Ranch.
One of my favorite paranormal places. I was so excited to watch it.
As opposed to Skywalker Ranch. Skinwalker Ranch is
different
much
place.
more homey and 100% George Lucas.
George Lucas free.
Yeah, since you, Melissa Merlot, are far more well-versed in the alien and ghost shows than I am.
And the reality shows. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, tell us your impressions of Alien Highway.
I like it. I like the format of it. They do it kind of like the investigation, like team, which is kind of what most of these shows are trying to go for, because
Yeah.
they want to have the team of experts. But you're right about the lack of charisma son and the lack of charisma dad, too. I didn't like the show because he talked about how he got kicked off of like the police force or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I had to turn in my badge, I had to turn in my gun, but he never goes into it on the show. And I'm like, that's such a cool angle.
Let's hear more about that.
Yeah, like tell me more about your backstory. And so I had to Google it, and he was like a volunteer deputy or something.
Oh,
so
okay.
And then he also did paranormal research, and I think it was just a conflict of interest, but I'm not sure if there was a case he was like
Okay.
Why a
investigating.
conflict of interest? Just-
A bad publicity for like the deputy office. I'm guessing this is all guesswork from El Paso, Colorado. All guesswork.
Okay. Yeah. So, just imagine if our local, one of our local police.
Imagine if
Cop
I
higher-ups.
became a volunteer deputy.
Yeah, if Melissa Merlot
Merlot's out busting people.
And also on the side hunting UFOs.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
Well,
Not really.
Steven
Not
Seagal
really.
used to be, or still is, he was
Mega creep.
well, that, and he was a cop at one time.
Oh,
So-
man.
Sure,
Dude,
yeah.
of course he was.
There was a reality show based on him.
Yeah, so maybe when they get around to actually showing the first episode, he'll go into his backstory, because what you may not know is, since I'm a TV biz insider,
Of renown.
well, not really, but I know that they've been showing these episodes completely out of order.
That makes sense. That's probably why we don't know.
The first one they showed in Utah was actually like episode number 4 or so, and they've been jumping around. I don't know why. So I think eventually it might even be this week that they're actually going to show the first one.
Oh, that would be good. Because, that's what I wanted. I wanted the backstory, even on, like, the girl and the son, like, more into it,
Yeah,
like,
we know nothing
I
about
want to know
these.
more about the team, because they focus so much on who they are, and then they don't really tell us anything about where they came from. It's like, if you're going to build a team, you got to introduce the players.
I mean, we got plenty of time not finding anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm watching the same evidence over and I just gotta tell you,
We need to learn more about this.
I love on the Skinwalker Ranch, like their investigations and stuff, because they find like a fence that has fur on it. And I mean, Skinwalker Ranch is in the middle of nowhere. There's all kinds of wild animals. Who knows?
Yeah.
But then they take the fur like back to the lab. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what are they going to do? Test it? Oh, that's a Skinwalker fur sample. Like, there's no way of knowing.
Yeah.
I realize they're doing
What are we
it
gonna
to
test
like,
it against?
Yeah.
Right.
They're doing it to rule out like a wolf or a, deer or something. But
Maybe tested against my hairy chest.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's a skinwalker, and skinwalkers are shapeshifters. So how would it
Yeah.
matter? Like
there's
if it's a
gotta-
wolf, it could be a skinwalker wolf. It turned into one.
Well,
Like,
there may be some human DNA in there because science.
perhaps because science. That's right.
So maybe if they make it to season 2, they should bring you along.
Oh my gosh, I would love that. I would really help the story flow too. I'd be like, so what happened in El Paso, Colorado?
Let's talk about that.
What got you into the paranormal? I just start asking all these questions.
Latai Girl, let us pitch Melissa Merlot into season 2.
like,
Make it happen.
She asked too many questions for an investigative show, and so we got rid of her.
This is a really long car ride. Let's hear more.
Yeah, let's hear more about you.
Since
that
we're
we
driving
can
across the
edit
fucking
together
country.
and make interesting in some way. It did bring up an interesting thing about History Channel. Years ago, there was a show on History Channel called UFO Hunters.
Oh, yeah.
And it got pulled from History Channel. It was actually doing really well before it got pulled, because this was at the beginning of like when they were getting into the ancient aliens and starting to go that
They
direction.
were making their transition from
Yeah.
the Hitler channel.
From the Hitler, and World War II, like airplanes.
And sadly, it devolved into Pawn Stars, another type of Nazism.
Well, they are going to have David Hasselhoff racing Knight Rider against Eric Estrada from Chips on
Actually,
Car
I
Week.
did see commercials. I thought it
Okay.
was just an ad.
No, that's going to be an actual show
Oh, dear sweet
during
God.
their new
Oh,
Car
I
Week.
want to see the carnage.
But the conspiracy factor of UFO hunters is they got pulled when they did a certain episode about the Dulce, New Mexico base, which is like, for conspiracy, this secret underground base where like aliens and government officials work together to do these horrible experiments, all this stuff. Anyway.
Okay.
During the filming of the episode, I'm sure you guys have heard of like the cattle mutilations.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's in the Alien Highway too.
Yeah.
Who hasn't?
Yeah, I really liked it though in Alien Highway because the name of that episode is Murder on the Prairie, but the murder is the cattle.
The title, the show, the episodes rarely live up to the titles.
Oh, that
They
reminds me.
named them so well.
That reminds me. Lachai girl, remind me. We got to talk to Carl's Jr. about sponsorship. I knew I was forgetting something in the green room, so thank you.
So in this controversial episode of UFO Hunters that allegedly got them pulled from the network, they found a calf that was inside of a cattle that had been, or a cow that had been mutilated. So it was
okay.
it was still, the fetus was like still inside the cow. And so they took a picture of it, and the fetus had what looked like a human face. It was really messed up.
Okay.
It was a very messed up looking
So
fetus.
something finally happened on one of these
So
shows.
something finally happened, and then they fought with the network back and forth about airing the episode with this picture in it, because they're like, you can air it, you can't show this picture. It could have been graphic content, and they might have not wanted it for other reasons, But anyway, I'm going to mess up his name. He's such a big UFO guy. I'm so sorry. I think his name's Bill Brines, and he was like the big guy from UFO Hunters. And he said that the network pulled it because they came to him and they basically lectured him and was like, you have no idea what you're dealing with. You don't know what you've uncovered by doing this. A lot of people are at risk now. But after that episode aired, a bill was passed that banned human experimentation with animal genes, like human and animal genes.
All right.
And this was like back in 2009, I think, or 2010. But anyway, and that bill has since been reversed because now they're like, why not? Let's test everything out. So, I mean, I don't know if it's actually that bill, but I know they've passed something where they can mix human and pig genes to do like science experiments.
With all the things that have been going on in politics, that passed?
Right.
That's the thought that runs through my head.
Well, it was probably an Obama thing. Therefore, it's like, we got to roll that back.
Get rid of that one.
Right.
We need our pig men.
Wait a minute. This is signed by a black man. Roll it back. Roll it back.
So it was cool to like think about UFO Hunters again and like, that's why it got pulled. So maybe Alien Highway will reveal something too controversial.
Yeah.
It'll get pulled from Travel Channel.
Maybe next season they'll get a budget of over $200 for the show,
which is higher than our current budget right now of
but
$1.
Do they have booze sponsors? No, they don't.
They don't have booze sponsors. That's very true.
That is the important thing. That's the important takeaway here, folks.
So what are the other paranormal non-travel shows on the Travel Channel, which has now been abbreviated to a TRVL? Turvel. The Turvel channel.
Why do they do that? Even like sci-fi when like
Turvel.
Well, so they don't
too
have,
long. We need 4 letters.
So
Who needs vowels?
4 letters are a success.
Vowels take time.
Because I was looking through the guide, it's like, okay, what else is happening on what is now the Travel Channel? I didn't see any actual travel shows.
No.
It's all paranormal
Yeah,
stuff.
there's like there's one that I think they try to tie into travel. I can't remember the name of it, but it's kind of like haunted locations or something. So that makes sense.
Kinda, yeah.
And then there's like Kindred Spirits, which is about
ghosts.
Like 2 psychic kids who talk to ghosts. Of course, Ghost Adventures. They had Zach Baggins' like haunted museum show for a while.
Well, I guess you would have to travel to that museum.
Yeah, it's in Vegas, so that's a travel destination.
Well, it's kind of like in the same way that certain channels have kind of gone away from their original format. Like TLC used to be the Learning Channel.
Oh my goodness, I'm learning a lot from TLC still.
The only thing I've learned is... poor Honey Boo Boo. Somebody get DCFS involved.
They are, actually.
We haven't heard from Honey Boo Boo in years. Now it's all about Mama June. How
Honey Boo Boo did
she's
want
now
to try.
doink doink hot.
And she went to jail. She was arrested. Honey Boo Boo is going to try stand-up. I didn't watch that episode, but that was on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'd like to see
Honey Boo
that.
Boo's doing
That's it. I'm retired.
I'm
done.
I would like to see a double bill with Honey Boo Boo and Kellyanne Conway doing their stand-up routines.
Oh my goodness, Kelly and Conway. I forgot.
Melissa, you have to host that.
I would love to. It would be an honor.
I want you to host
It would be an honor to host that.
Welcome to Open Mic Night at Moe's.
Oh,
I
God.
think I did already host that.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know what it was at the time.
Actually, no. It has to be hosted someplace with a little bit more class here.
Geno's?
That's it. That's
Oh,
the one.
yes.
The former Geno's?
Wait, former?
The bar formerly known as Gino's.
It's
You
been-
mean it's gone?
Yeah, it's
It's
something
been
else.
3 different bars since then.
Yeah.
It is now something called Tequila.
Gino's was the one bar we showed up for to do a comedy show, and there was a padlock on the door, and
always a good
the
sign.
owners had done the fly-by-night runaway business.
When was this?
Oh, I don't know, years ago.
Oh, okay.
Always a good sign.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that was so funny. 'Cause
Show up for a gig.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're closed.
glamorous life of comedy.
Yeah,
It also happens to bands. It's
Oh,
happened
yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be happy to have you do a headlining show. Wait, Tommy Milagro? Sorry, we're booked up that night. So.
I've had it happen to bands. Show up at a place, like book a show like months in advance.
Uh-huh.
And, sometimes you don't do your check-in work. And so you just assume everything's still on. You get there,
Yeah.
it's like, no, this is now a Chinese restaurant, and you can fuck off.
But please, have our mushu.
Wah, wah.
It happens all across the entertainment. I was going to call it the entertainment spectrum, but I'm going to call it the entertainment rectum.
It's so true. Write that down. Write that down,
entertainment
Tommy.
rectum.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
In the
Too
meantime,
perfect.
we have not taken any weeks off for the holidays, but we did miss a show. Mike Tyson Mysteries came back.
Oh.
A couple
That's another brilliant show.
about a week or so ago, and we kind of missed it because that's the way Adult Swim works. They'll just drop something. Here you go. No advance warning. Nothing.
And they drop it in the middle of the night too.
Well, yeah, that's the Adult
That's
Swim
their-
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the new season 4 of Mike Tyson
Oh, my
Mysteries.
goodness.
I can't believe it's
That's
still happening.
good.
It's a thing.
It's still ridiculous.
Oh. And Mike Tyson, he's gotten a bit of grade lately, I've noticed.
He's
Like
gotten
the live action Mike Tyson.
the li-
The live action.
the live action Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Is that the real?
He's doing what?
He's got gray in his beard.
Oh,
in
that's
his
the
hair.
IRL Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
That
for
doesn't
gray.
come through in the cartoon.
No, he's a little different.
That's live action
Well,
IRL.
They both make about the same amount of sense.
It's true.
And I gotta tell you, it's all about the pigeons. That's what is important right there. And pigeon, why don't you help us solve this mystery?
Bill, do you know how that show came about to be?
No idea.
I don't know either. I think it would be a really interesting
I'm
story.
guessing it started as a joke.
And then they really did
then
it?
Someone made it happen.
I love it.
I do know this. Mike Tyson did do a one-man show directed by, of all people, Spike Lee.
That was incredible.
Yeah, that was,
I
you know
love
what I'm
that
talking
show.
about.
Yeah, I watched
See,
it.
I wasn't drunk when this happened.
It was on HBO. It was like a HBO
yeah, this
special
was like,
or something.
So Mike Tyson can get a one-man show
yeah,
Yeah.
on HBO.
I
Yeah.
know.
You can't even book one at a club that doesn't exist anymore.
Tommy didn't bite anyone's ear off yet.
Wait till I'm back.
That
on
we know
Silver
of.
We're
July.
still waiting for the Brown and Belligerent comedy special to drop.
I just wanted to see the T-shirt for that tour.
It'll be on Crackle.
Crackle. We should seriously pitch something to Crackle.
I'm sure
here's
they would
an
take
idea.
it.
I just need to be, funny again.
Be funny harder.
Funny doesn't matter in comedy, Tommy. You know this. You've been to enough comedy.
That is
shows.
the title of Melissa Merlot's memoir.
Oh, is it ever? Absolutely.
Funny
that's
means
gonna
nothing in comedy.
be it. Seriously.
The ongoing chapters of
Oh man.
But in other Adult Swim news, there's a new season of Squidbillies coming in August 11th.
Oh, I can't wait.
Care to venture a guess as to what season of Squidbillies
My
we
God,
will
it's
be
probably
entering?
like 20 or something.
Close.
Really?
I believe it just because the episodes are so short. So I'm going to say 22.
Nope, season 12.
Oh,
Wow, that's
Still, though.
wow.
For an Adult Swim show, that's a long time.
Wow.
on the TV looky box.
Yes.
With the wrestlings and
But, yeah, so we got that coming. I can't believe there's another season of Mr. Pickles coming.
Oh, that show is
The
insanity.
Satan dog.
Insanity.
like there's any other kind.
That is a show that is just pretty much daring anyone to put it on the air.
Yeah.
Like,
Violence.
It takes over the kind of the moral oral mantle of no fucks literally given. It's like, let's just see what we can get away with.
Nobody can top moral oral. I'll take that challenge.
Dog fucking a decapitated skull. Let's go. Yeah.
And do we mind?
Nah, it's
That is
Mr.
coming in
Pickles.
December, just in time for Christmas.
Oh, perfect.
So mark your calendar.
So,
Mr. Pickles coming
for
in December.
So for everybody that was so disappointed, Happy got canceled, well, we got something for you.
Yeah, I think Mr. Pickles could fill that happy void in your life.
Phrasing? Boom.
Not at all. And I don't know if anyone here is a Veronica Mars fan.
Yes.
Melissa Merlot.
I never watched it.
Okay. All right.
Never.
Well,
I know.
all of the seasons are now on Hulu. If
I
you're
could watch it.
mildly
I do
interested.
have Hulu. Yes.
Yeah.
This is your homework now.
Okay. I'm sure I'd like it.
Oh, I know you will.
They are doing a revival for Hulu.
Oh, cool.
So, and they asked Kristen Bell, what's the deal? And Kristen Bell says, I will keep doing Veronica Mars until everyone in Neptune is dead. Because the show takes place in Neptune, California.
Nice.
Is this going to segue to something involving The Good Place? Is that what's happening
A
here?
crossover episode.
I can believe it.
So that's the good news. The sad news is that Sarah Paulson will not have much to do with the next season of American Horror Story.
Boo. She's one of my favorites.
American Horror Story, 1984.
My favorite year ever.
Tell us what
Yes.
happened in 1984.
Everything amazing.
Such a I
Miami
know.
Vice premiered.
Prince.
Prince.
Yeah. I should've
Purple
seen
Rain
that.
came out.
Yeah.
He had the #1 movie and the #1 single and the #1 album all at the same time in 1984.
Didn't
All for
Prince-
Purple Rain.
Didn't Purple Rain drop in 85?
No.
Oh.
84.
Okay.
84 was like the pop culture monolith year. Everything amazing happened in 84. Although Yacht Rock died, sadly.
But it came back.
Now.
Did you ever see the YouTube series Yacht Rock?
No, I haven't watched it
Oh
yet.
my
Tons
God.
of people have sent it to me.
It
I haven't
is
watched it
so
yet.
terrible.
I bet I'll love it. I just recently, well, not recently, but as of last year, discovered Yacht Rock, and I
What
just
the
in
fuck
love.
is Yacht Rock?
There's a serious radio station called Yacht Rock Radio, and it's just changed my life,
All
Tommy.
like Doobie Brothers and Kenny Loggins.
Michael McDonald.
Just think
Soft rock of the late 70s, early 80s.
in Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Oh, you mean my parents' household?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Yacht Rock is a thing, man.
I believe
So
it.
into it.
Now, okay.
And we also have Wonder Woman 1984.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No ISIS though.
Ooh.
Yeah, I went deep
Whoa,
side on
whoa.
y'all.
I believe he's talking about the cartoon ISIS,
Yeah,
not the
Yeah.
not the terrorist group.
not the other ISIS.
That's okay. We just got a ton more listeners for you saying that.
And wait, I think I
Yeah,
got
they all work at the FBI.
That's
Wait,
right.
I'm getting a feed from our Twitter at TV10 Podcast, and they're saying Allah Akbar. See you on Teddy Bear Nanny Cam. Okay,
Akbar is my favorite Life in Hell character, by the way.
Akbar and Jeff. See, kids.
Yeah, and speaking of the 80s, my continual dive into the Prime Video vault of 80s slasher flicks continues.
Oh,
Yes.
God.
And I may have found one of my all-time favorites.
Oh.
There's so many of them. I thought I saw a lot of slasher movies in the actual 80s, but it turns out, no, I missed hundreds of them because they're all on Amazon Prime.
Perfect.
And you just go down the hole. It's like, hey, if you like this one, you'll probably like this one, you sick fuck. And my latest discovery is New Year's Evil,
Oh.
which is, I believe, a 1980 movie.
Nice.
And
Good title.
it's not. It could have been better, but it's still not bad. What it is, it's set on New Year's Eve, of course. And there's this woman who hosts this Doink Doink New Wave showcase show on the TV, and they're doing their big countdown. It's like, okay, we got New Year's Eve on the East Coast and in the Central and the Mountain and then they have these bands play who are definitely not New Wave. They're just like metal, but they went to Chess King and got some parachute pants or something. Well, we'll make them look like New Wave. What some
Someone
studio
get him a guitar.
some studio executive's idea of New Wave.
Yeah.
But it had a killer theme song called New Year's Evil, and this band plays it
Yes.
during the show.
Yes.
Is that what's
Not meta at all.
Is that going to be queued up later on?
Oh yeah, you'll be hearing that, genius. It took some work to find it, but you're going to hear it.
Excellent.
The fidelity is so, but I tracked that fucker down finally.
We can't find the lost episodes of Glow, but we will find New Year's Evil.
Oh yeah. And what it is this killer, this serial killer, motivated by what? I don't know. He's killing people as each time on the show they hit the time zone. I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to murder some bitch. They're like, East Coast, bitch murdered.
Oh.
Central time zone, two bitches murdered. Mountain time zone, another bitch murdered. Then we get to the West Coast, and he's, spoiler, he's eventually foiled. But didn't get much in the way of, but they're... Yeah, so this really strange woman who's like the rock and roll host of this new wave show, and she's like, what? It's like 45 or so. It's like, how did you get this gig? Like, oh yeah, this isn't MTV VJ time. This is like some middle-aged woman hosting a new wave show.
Oh God! And you can see
love
she is
this.
middle-aged.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I love this.
But yeah, there's like a couple bands featured on the show. One is Shadow, who I believe were a real band. They do the New Year's Evil song.
Nice.
And there's this other band called Made in Japan, who are all white dudes, of course.
Naturally.
And they were a little closer to actual new wave. Only a little.
Mm-hmm.
But my God, this show is terrible. So look up New Year's Evil.
Missing the synthesizers, were we?
That's the thing. I don't think either band had a keyboard player, which is kind of essential to a new wave band.
See,
Absolutely.
somebody didn't do their research, but I will say, is it a watch harder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great idea for a horror movie. It wasn't not executed well. Killing people as they hit the New Year's Eve on different time zones.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Great idea.
Hash
The
brown,
ball
watch
drop.
harder. Hash brown, something to watch other than him.
What are you gonna do?
I don't want to mention he that shall not be named from American Idol. That guy. Him.
Okay, right.
You.
And speaking of the 80s, who here has seen all of season 3 of Stranger Things?
Not I.
Not me either.
Who here has seen any season of Stranger Things?
No.
No.
Really?
Although I did watch, and I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I'm like, I gotta watch this series. I mean, I know I have to watch it anyway. But from season 3, the promo for their mall,
Yes.
Yeah.
that is genius, and they make it just like an old 80s
Yeah.
like commercial for the mall. That is so good. I was like, this
Yeah,
show
that is the in season
so
3.
nostalgic.
In season 3 of Stranger Things, the little town of Hawkins gets a mall, and it kind of takes all
Starmont Mall.
the Star Mall, yeah, the Star something Mall, yeah,
Something like that, yeah.
yeah, and it leans hard into the 80s. I mean, I don't know what their music budget was, but they blew
Nice.
through it.
So, are we talking on a scale of 1 to Deadly Class? Which one had the better soundtrack?
Well, Deadly Class had the better soundtrack,
Yeah.
but Stranger
Stranger
Things
Things.
stuck to the hits.
The nostalgia of it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And spoiler, the Never-Ending Story theme song was almost my breaking point. It's like, okay,
That's why everyone's been posting it.
yeah,
I couldn't figure it out.
it makes an appearance like, okay, I was with you up until now. There was no reason to dig this out of the fucking mothballs. I mean,
Kajagoogoo, though.
you know, I
God.
don't recall any. Was that Kajagoogoo?
Yeah. Yeah, the
Really?
Never Ending Story song.
I didn't know that.
I think it is.
Uh,
Maybe I better fact
We're
check
We're gonna get a
myself.
ruling on this.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a ruling
You
on
go
this.
ahead. I'm pretty sure that's there. They had Too Shy and Never Ending Story.
So while we're digging into this, why didn't you get into Stranger Things? I know my reason. So
I didn't have internet at home, so I couldn't watch Netflix on my TV
Oh, okay.
for the first and second seasons. Now I can, so I got to catch up.
Yeah, my reason was just everybody was talking about it,
Yeah.
and talking. Okay, I get it. It's a great show. Fine. I'd be the same way if it was like I heard about
Too
Game
much
of Thrones, but-
pressure.
yeah.
Okay, the song was composed by Giorgio Moroder,
Judge.
the Disco King himself,
Who's Giorgio Moroder?
the guy who made Donna Summer.
Oh, my goodness.
Seriously.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing no mention of.
What? Maybe I was just having a nightmare then. Let's see.
Nightmare or drinking something a little harder than mine?
Single by Lamal.
No.
Who was he a member of Kajagu? He's got the haircut.
Well, it's the time, though.
Everybody had that haircut.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lamal Kajagugu.
Oh, what do you know?
Okay, there we go.
So there's the connection right there, kids.
Finally.
Phew.
I didn't know that.
Now we know something. But yeah, it was a pretty good season. Every season they give Winona Ryder something, a very small household item to fixate on as to your indicator of paranormal happenings.
Was it the Christmas lights in season 1?
That was season 1. I can't remember what season 2 was. Season 3 is refrigerator magnets.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
So that's what Winona Ryder gets. And the funniest thing about the behind the scenes of Stranger Things season 3 is one of the new characters is played by, I believe her name is Maya Hawke. She is the daughter of Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke.
Oh, no shit.
And yeah, she's one of the cooler new characters, but you know, we had no Reality Bites crossovers, no interaction between Winona Ryder and the daughter of Ethan Hawke. Sadly.
Yet.
Not yet.
Maybe coming up.
Maybe next season.
Bigger question.
The next season is supposed to be the final one. We'll see about that.
Oh.
Bigger question. Will Ben Stiller make an appearance?
Oh, Ben
That's the only way to
Stiller.
tie it in.
Oh, dear.
Or the tattooed piece of beef jerky that is now Janine Garofalo.
Is she a piece of beef jerky
She
now?
looks
I haven't
really
seen her.
weird.
Oh, no.
She's gotten oddly very skinny and very wiry, and
Oh,
of course
dear.
she's tatted the fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, we always knew that part, but
Boy.
didn't you perform with her at one time?
No, I wish. Only in my dreams.
Oh, okay.
I was a big fan of the Ben Stiller show back in the day.
We all were.
Bob Odenkirk and
And that
Andy
was when Andy Dick was restrained.
and Janine
Andy Dick,
Garofalo.
yeah, they
that
had
was a
a-
brilliant sketch show. That was one of my favorites of all time. But it's completely locked in that time frame. Like I have the
Oh yeah,
DVDs.
it's very 90s.
and they
yeah.
make fun of all the commercials of that time, and like it's so 90s.
My favorite sketch from the Ben Stiller show was the Grungies, which was like a takeoff
The
on the
monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you had your Kurt Cobain character, you had your Chris Cornell character, and
Yeah, it's so 90s. That's so true, because grunge.
How can anybody see that again? Is that Netflix or is that Prime or?
Oh, it's got to be on something. It's on DVD.
Here somewhere.
why don't you look that one up?
I am looking it up right now.
Because that was the origins of my appearing on Radio from Hell.
Oh, really?
When they on the Morning Zoo when they brought, because they only aired a certain amount of episodes on Fox, and there are a whole bunch of them that never aired because they canceled it. And so FX in 1998 or 9, I can't remember, might have been 1998, said, "Okay, we got the rights to all the Ben Stiller show episodes, and we're gonna air them."
Nice.
And for some reason I was talking to Kerry Jackson about that. He said, "Well, you should come on the show and talk about that."
Oh, wow.
And then it just turned into that every week for the rest of my life.
Wow. So we got like a Bill origin story out of just
Yeah, pretty
bringing up
much,
the
yeah.
Ben Stiller show.
And now you know the
That's
rest of the
great.
story.
Where is the Ben Stiller show available?
For free? Nowhere. But to purchase, you got your choice of.
You know, I think I have a DVD set around here somewhere.
I have one.
I know you can get it Amazon Prime and Google Play and Vudu.
So you have to buy it.
Yeah.
And then they did Lassie, but it was really Charles Manson.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that one? Manson!
I still...
And it was Bob Odenkirk.
And then there was also Ask Manson.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That originated from
Bob Odenkirk does the best Manson. It was so great.
There will never be a better Manson.
No.
Yeah, but thank goodness he's Better Call Saul.
Yeah, he's really good in that, too.
Oh, any word again about Better Call Saul? That's next year?
Next year, yeah.
Wait.
Sorry.
Like a
next year.
schnook.
Well, we should ask Melissa Merlot, what else are you watching besides ghost and UFO shows?
The bigger question, what the fuck are you watching?
Yeah.
I really like What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, good.
That is so cute and brilliant. And as soon as they had the psychic vampire, I was like, this is going to be the best show in the world.
Did you see the whole Vampire Council one?
Yes.
That was...
Everything they do is so smart.
Wesley Snipes, no, he's a vampire hunter. Well, he's part vampire.
So smart.
What's going on with his Wi-Fi? It's kind of laggy here. Yo, I'm here. I'm a daywalker.
Did you reboot the router?
And then there's Vampire Evan and Vampire Paul.
So
They all
great.
played vampires at one point or another. I'm going, oh my god,
Right?
this
Yeah.
is great.
I know.
But the last episode, what are your thoughts on Guillermo and
Guillermo, I don't know. I don't know.
Anander? You get to be a familiar for another year.
Love the familiar. He's so cute.
What are you thinking, Guillermo? Oh, nothing, master. You are thinking something. No, nothing.
The emotional vampire.
So brilliant.
What else you watching? What else you liking?
I love Legion.
Oh God.
Are you on any particular strain of drugs while you're watching it?
I'm not. And I was watching this last one and I was like, I bet people just do drugs just to watch this show. Like,
Honestly, I
it's
think
so trippy. And it's based on a comic book, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
a Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
I
X-Men
have.
adjacent.
Okay, I'm like, I have to get the comic book because of this show. I need some kind of cliff notes.
Yeah,
But I'm so into it. I love the way it looks. I love everything they add to it. All the weird music numbers are just incredible.
So the character of Legion was in the X-Men comics. He is the illegitimate son of Charles Xavier.
Oh.
But a lot of that creation of the character by Charles Claremont and Bill Sienkiewicz is
Simiquits.
Sienkiewicz, thank you.
Sure.
It's very spot on. Very powerful mutant. Very schizophrenic. Multiple personalities.
Yeah.
As a standalone comic, I think they tried doing a one shot once upon a time, but again, it is just heady as fuck.
Such a trip. But
I'm
it's
mostly here for Aubrey Plaza.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's understandable.
God, and she is just unhinged. This is like all the years of Parks and Rec just came the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I'm done playing this character. I'm getting uncorked.
Get ready. There's one TV show I haven't watched yet, and I want your guys' opinion on because I'm sure you probably watched it.
What's that?
It's on my DVR. It's got a weird title. It's like Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, but it's like a license plate.
Yeah.
What's it like?
It's worth checking out. It starts off strong. It's getting a little soft in the middle, but I'm hoping it's going to finish strong.
Okay, because the trailers for it were so cool.
Mm-hmm. Well,
No, the first few episodes are fucking fantastic.
Really?
Then it
Okay.
then it starts to meander a bit.
Yeah.
which was based off of a book
Oh, okay.
by Joe Hill, who is...
The son of Stephen King.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I haven't had a
see.
chance to read or see it, but I don't know. I think I am going to jump into it sometime soon.
Yeah, it's on my DVR just waiting, but it's one I want to watch all at once, like a binge.
Exactly. That's the only way to do it.
I plan those a lot with certain shows.
Oh, August is going to be my binge day because when Glow
season 3,
comes
right?
out,
Is it
season 3.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where they're going to be in Vegas.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, speaking of Glow and all things wrestling.
Oh, is it that time, sir?
Yeah, we got well, yeah.
He's always so reluctant about the sports section.
I'm just looking at the clock here going, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's also looking at LaChai Girl.
I hope it's a quick one.
It's going to be very quick if you hit the music.
Oh.
And sponsor Tommy Milagro. Go team.
From the Sports Desk, we deliver to you only the important sport, the sport of professional wrestling. And we start off with WWE. They're a thing. Their ratings aren't so good.
They're hanging in there, right?
They're hanging in there. They got some great talent. Their ratings haven't been so great, which means that Vince McMahon is probably going to be sweating bullets because, that Fox deal is going to be coming up pretty soon. Want to say in the fall?
Yep.
More on that story as it develops when I give a shit. Until then, their New Japan Pro Wrestling making some headways. Last Friday, they started their G1 Climax.
Ooh.
In Dallas, Texas. It was on Access TV. It was a live show, 4 hours long.
Damn.
Yeah. But it was interesting. If you watched it, I mean, the rafters were full except for the sides, and the cameramen kept showing the empty seats on the sides, and I'm going, drapes, motherfucker, drapes!
Oh, yeah, put the drapes down.
God!
When you go to those concerts at the big places, they didn't sell all the tickets. They just let's just cordon off this place here.
How hard would it have been? However, very strong reaction to New Japan's offering and the G1 Climax. It's basically, for anybody who's never seen it before, it's a tournament to decide who's going to be the number one contender for the IWGP heavyweight shot held by Kazuchika Okada,
Ooh.
the Rainmaker.
Oh.
Very, very good stuff. John Moxley was not part of it, as mentioned before. John Moxley, formerly of WWE, because he's with All Elite Wrestling, so presents a conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
But he will be, he won't be there in Dallas or in the States anytime soon for New Japan, but he will be performing in the G1 Climax July 13th, which is going to be a 2-hour episode on Access TV. Good way to catch up on that. And we also mentioned before, All Elite Wrestling, they're going to be gearing up for their fall TV offering called, still as of this time, Wednesday Night Dynamite.
Sure, okay.
On TNT.
Yes.
So it makes sense. Also, they are going to be showing Fight for the Fallen, which will be broadcasting live on Bleacher Report Live. You could get it on the app or online, or you could visit Goots and me. We'll be playing it at Broovies. Just saying.
At one of the TVs in the corner.
Oh, yeah. And the best part is this is...
Hey, Goose, can I get a beer over here? Watching the show!
No. He'll be more like, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? We are showing on the TV screens by the bar, Fight for the Fallen. He does it much better than me. So, if you need something to watch, that's the best way to do it because it's free, but please... tip Broovies and drink heavily. Drink from one of our sponsors, like Bohemian Brewery. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like their beers.
Yes. And let's see. Oh, also, Impact Wrestling. Still a thing. and here are 2 things you will... No, excuse me. 3 things you'll never hear me say on this program. 1, Slammiversary, which was their pay-per-view offering last week. Very good.
Oh.
Yeah. And number 2, which you could still get on replay. We'll talk about it in a second. They showed, for the first time ever, a intergender men and women matchup.
Oh,
Sami Callihan versus Tessa Blanchard.
Wow.
Yeah. And from everyone's reactions and critical praise of it, did exceptionally well. As for ways you could still catch the replay of Slammiversary, you could always try to get it on the Fight TV app. It's still available to download for a substantial sum, but guess what, folks? Not a sponsor. Sorry, I beat you to the punch there.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. And finally this, in CM Punk news, something we haven't said in a while, it's been reported, CM Punk's not with WWE anymore, and therefore he's done some other things like successfully UFC, but something that has been pretty successful, since we were talking about horror, the trailer for the Rabid horror movie, which features CM Punk and his wife, AJ Lee, in supporting roles. And it's a remake of the 1977 movie with the same name, and apparently it was written and directed by the Saska twins, who are WWE fans that worked on a few projects like See No Evil 2 with Kane.
Yes.
You've seen that before?
Yeah, of course I've seen that. That's a great movie.
Yeah, okay. That's good to know. Now, the movie's going to be premiering Monday, August 26th at Fright Fest in London, and will be released digitally on demand and on DVD, Blu-ray at a later date, apparently in 2020. But a lot of strong reactions for CM Punk's role, who's billed as Phil Brooks, his real name.
Oh.
Yeah. So something to pay attention for. We'll have the trailer up on all our interwebinaries later on as this episode drops. But no, if you want something horrible or horrific, and if it involves wrestling, know that it's sports.
And sports, Tommy Malago, go team.
And that's me sober, folks.
Yeah, really. Oh, the struggle is real. Okay. Now is the point of the program. We're going to tell the people what they should be watching harder. I got some new stuff happening this week.
Okay, and I still got some old stuff. What have you got? Well, actually,
dropping today, as this episode drops on the Netflix, Aziz Ansari has a new stand-up special.
Before me, again.
Once again, yeah. It's called Right Now.
Oh.
Okay.
Happening right now before Tommy
yeah.
Malago.
Right now, motherfuckers. Right now.
Subtitle, Before Tommy Malago.
Yeah. Mine is still Legion. Just watch it with your drug of choice. If you want.
Yeah.
We won't endorse.
Wednesday, July 10th, Season 3 of Harlots on the Hulu. It's about 18th century whores. Whores. If you've been wondering what happened to Liv Tyler, this is where she is.
Oh, interesting.
She's not dead.
That's the important thing. And iZombie, also a good show to watch. Have you seen that?
I have. Is that the one with the blue guy?
The blue guy.
No. You're thinking Z Nation.
Z Nation, that's right.
That's the other zombie comedy.
With one letter and then a word.
Yeah,
I get those mixed up.
That makes sense.
We'll also recommend Stranger Things. Why not?
Yeah.
Check it out.
It's got a cool mall.
The goddamn mall. Also, The Detour on TBS.
That is a great show.
Season 4, very funny.
I like The Detour.
The aforementioned Mike Tyson Mysteries on Adult Swim. And I know I'm missing something. Nosferatu on AMC, which follows Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh, jeez.
Which
I still haven't been watching it.
Okay. Did you ever watch it?
First season, yeah.
It's changed quite a bit.
I fizzled out. I know there's a lot of crossover characters now.
There's a couple of them, yeah.
And I would say Fear the Walking Dead is going to be the main show to watch after the latest news from Walking Dead Central. We'll talk about it after we get through our Watch Harder list, which does involve... damn it, I had a good one. Oh, Archer 1999.
Still happening.
Yeah.
Back on track. Everybody, all the Wednesday night shows and a lot of other shows just took the week off last week.
Because of the holidays.
Why? What the fuck am I supposed to watch?
I know.
I end up watching shit like New Year's Evil.
I wanted to point out that Dr. Pimple Popper
had
a special on July 4th called Red, White, and Ew.
Yeah, I think that's in anticipation for the new season that starts this week.
Oh, God.
Whatever channel that's on. What channel is that on?
Is it TLC? I don't remember.
Let's
almost
say that.
We're almost learning, so yeah.
It's almost medical. Well, it is medical.
Yeah. Let's go
Kind of creepy, yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah, whenever I put together the list for the morning zoo, I tend to just completely overlook the reality shows. I just
I can't imagine why.
For a good reason.
They're such high quality.
You know, we only got 10 minutes or so on there, so I usually just
do the good stuff.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave the fucking reality shows out.
I just like that it was called Red, White, and Ew.
It's a good title.
It's a great title.
Good title.
And let's see. I want to say there's another one for everyone to pay attention.
Well, there's still we keep forgetting to mention the new season of Baskets, which is happening on
Baskets.
FX.
Yeah, that's a great show.
Yeah.
That is still awesome.
FX has good programming, I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I also want to mention The Loudest Voice, which is based on the book The Loudest Voice in the Room, the story of Roger Ailes and the rise of Fox News.
Oh.
It's a dramatization with Russell Crowe playing a very fat version of himself as Roger Ailes.
If you thought Christian Bale was fat as
Cheney.
This is like double Cheney.
And such thing is possible.
Yeah, it is pretty fucking intense. It's on Showtime, and you can see what the vision was for Fox News, and it was a fucking brilliant. If this is the way it went down, which is I think it is,
it worked.
It worked. It fucking worked.
Yep.
And they had a very narrow vision of what they wanted to be. They said everybody else is covering the world. Fuck that. We're all about America. And they narrowcast right to it, and it worked.
And I saw a little bit of that show or that station today at the Jorb, which featured Chaffetz.
Why was that on at the Jorb?
Because people are dumb. That's just
okay. Oh yeah, new spokesmodel Jason Chaffetz.
God.
Hey, whatever keeps him from running again.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's totally fine by
Keep him
me.
out of office.
And also Euphoria on HBO.
Oh.
Teens, drugs, and fucking galore.
With MJ.
Zendaya.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
It's been getting a lot of controversy, and to which I just say, whatever, folks, get over it.
And also a show I'm still figuring out on Starz called The Rook. It's kind of a futuristic, semi-paranormal show. I still don't quite understand it, but I'm going to keep watching it and see if I can figure it out.
And good luck to you.
It has Olivia Munn.
Good.
So
there you go.
I'll usually give anything with Olivia Munn a chance.
That's the important thing.
That's the reason I watch X-Men Apocalypse.
And look what happened.
Look what happened with that shit.
Whose fault is that?
Now it's on fucking FX 24/7. Between X-Men Apocalypse on FX constantly,
right,
and We're the Millers constantly on Comedy Central. That's all it's on. On a fucking loop.
I like how cable channels stretch out movies to be even longer by just adding tons of commercials.
Oh, here's more
so
commercials.
It's like We Are the Millers, but it's like 4 hours long on this.
But what balances out, kids? One of our other watch harders, Drunk History.
True.
Oh, I do like Drunk History.
That balances it out right there.
Are we ever going to have the show with the other Melissa?
Are we ready for Life Record?
Let's just get her dangerously wasted and set her loose.
I don't know if
and
we're
then
ready
just
for
throw her in an Uber when the show's over.
For safety.
Thanks for coming by.
Here's your Uber.
Good luck.
I do want to have a Life Wrecker and Merlot show coming up.
Melissa and Melissa show?
Oh,
Double Melissa. Melissa squared.
Yeah.
That would be a good show.
I want this
Melissas
to happen.
are a wonderful thing. I totally support this.
Yes, I agree. We're trying to work it out, but sometimes Melissa wrecks her life a little hard.
Oh, harder than me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to meet her.
I believe you are the model of stability and sobriety. in the
I'm
this
drunktional.
equation.
I'm very drunktional.
Drunktional. Oh, that's a good one.
Oh! Let me write that down.
Can I recommend some reality shows?
Go right ahead. That's what we're here for.
Love After Lockup, my favorite.
What?
It features
Yeah, what-
people who
what's
found their love interest on a prison dating site on the interwebs.
Yeah, and what channel is that on?
The Wii Network.
We.
Oh,
Something on Wii besides CSI Miami
Then
reruns.
yeah, exactly. Then they get out of prison. Then of course they get married, and then hilarity ensues.
Then hilarity ensues.
But this season that's back on now is kind of a where are they now of the first 2 seasons.
Oh, good.
God.
Okay.
So it's really exciting to watch what they've become. I've also recently gotten into 90 Day Fiance
Oh, God.
Okay.
because they switched it. So it used to be people from other countries moving to America to get married to an American and get the green card and all
Yep.
that stuff. I mean, because they were in love with an American. And now it's Americans moving to another country to become a citizen over there.
They
So it's like
flipped it.
90 Day Fiance the other way.
Okay.
Did that occur right around 2016?
You know, probably, yeah.
All the people who wanted to move to Canada kept threatening
They're
it.
like, let's get on those internet dating sites for other countries.
You know, Romania's lovely this time of year. I've heard good things about Albania.
And just on a side note, one funny thing, that's on TLC.
Okay.
And one funny thing they do is the 90 Day Fiancé show does that awful kind of super cheap reality show of where the couples from the other seasons watch the new seasons together and then give their commentary on the new couples.
Oh, man. This is like watching people play video games on YouTube.
Exactly.
Fourth
So
wall
they're in
break
the
inside of a
same
fourth wall
situation, but then they're like, oh, no, they shouldn't do that. That's terrible.
It's so meta.
It's just them watching the next season of the show they were on.
I
It's
see
so
I
bizarre.
see a whole fucking cottage industry. They are onto something. If they do this with
And it's
all
so
the
cheap to do.
If they do this with all of the shows, it's like that bullshit Big Brother Online. She's like, you can watch what's happening after hours. Have you ever seen any of that?
No.
It's just
Never.
somebody washing dishes or napping.
It's
like,
just the
really?
live cam
God.
for creepy voyeurs who just want to watch people do things.
But there's people from previous seasons critiquing people on current seasons is
great.
fucking genius.
They even did a special for Love After Lockup like that as well. That was
Cool.
like the
All
first
right.
episode of this season. I
Nice.
think. It's great.
I despise everything it's about, but game recognizes game. That is
Exactly, right?
that is perfect. They're just printing money.
Yeah. And what are we printing? Well,
And speaking of the terrible reality shows, are you a bachelorette person at all?
I've never watched
Really?
those,
Okay.
which is weird. I don't have regular network TV anymore. I got rid of it.
oh, you became a cord cutting media.
Yeah, I
I mean,
don't.
you don't even have an antenna?
No.
Oh.
Because
How
people
freeing
people
is
are
it?
people are freaking the fuck out because at least here locally, and it's happened quite a few places across the country. DirecTV and Nexstar are having a disagreement, much like with NBC we had locally, where it's like Nexstar owns a lot of local affiliates across the country. Here locally, it affects us in the way that we don't get Channel 4 ABC feed
Oh, wow.
on DirecTV.
Oh, wow.
Other parts of the country, it's both ABC and like Fox stations.
Oh, my
that reminds
goodness.
me. We got something from the listener bags from
now
Facebook.
we're getting to it. Jesus.
Well,
Shout
again,
out to
pretty-
the listeners. Thanks for sticking
let's be
around.
honest.
Pretty deep in the show here for listener mailbag.
professionalism. Well, it was actually
You're not even drinking.
it was mostly through the Facebook Messenger. They just sent us this link. How to get ABC4 back on DirecTV.
Oh.
And
How about just get a fucking antenna? It's
Yeah.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I noticed...
Like the olden days.
It works.
Yeah, and I noticed at the new place I'm living at, we've got DirecTV, but no CW30. But did I complain about it? No, I just went on the app, and I'm just watching. And I'm
Oh,
fine.
yeah. Locally, ABC4 and CW30 owned by the same people.
Exactly.
Nexstar. Therefore, you don't get it on your DirecTV.
Wow.
So
No idea.
this is part of the reason I got rid of DirecTV earlier this year was their ongoing feud with a local NBC affiliate, KSL5. right around the time I made the switch, they settled things.
Oh, man.
But now I would be complaining about this.
Yeah.
But now I'm a strictly internet television person. I'm a cord-cutting millennial as well.
See what happens, folks?
Also have a fucking antenna. You set it up, you get like all the channels. You don't have to worry about it. Mm-hmm. It's
Everybody's
there.
fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine, yeah.
If everybody would just listen to what we have to say, everything goes so much smoother.
We know stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
We know some stuff.
And I know a lot more when I'm sober.
Eh.
Uh-oh. Welcome to High and Mighty Tommy July.
But do ya?
I have an MBA that proves it.
Oh, that's true.
Did I mention I got an MBA?
It's actually true.
Take a shot, fuckers.
Oh, is that your drinking
we
game?
finally got the MBA mentioned. I think that's good enough for now.
Oh, you mean the drink or everything else?
Yeah, we want to thank Melissa Merlot for coming by here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me back on. It's always
for
a pleasure.
episode 0282, I believe it was. And got anything to plug? Anything to tell people about?
Just Area 52. And hey, why not watch Alien Highway? Because it's pretty interesting. And maybe we'll find out more about that deputy losing his badge.
Yeah, what the fuck? And you can find the Area 52 podcast wherever you found this one.
Yeah, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify. We're on everything.
All the things, yeah.
All the thingies.
And of course, you can always reach out to us, TV10 Podcast, on the Facebook at TV10, and then, of course, Twitter at TV10 Podcast, and our handy-dandy Gmail, TV10 Podcast.
Yeah, send us a real email. Somehow we've gotten on the radar of some PR people.
Yeah, we've been spammed the fuck out of the PR.
They want us to interview like reality show people and
What?
Oh,
You're not jumping on this?
well, there's a reason. We have taste.
I will be your correspondent.
that's like
Seriously?
that's
I'll
like
go out there and interview him.
that's like Dave Bautista saying why he's never been involved with Fast and the Furious. He says, I like to work on good movies.
Ooh, burn.
Meanwhile, he's in this new garbage movie that just came out.
Oh, Stuber. Yeah.
Stuber.
I like to be in
That's
good
about
movies.
a car, kind of.
Not everything's always going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, man. So maybe you should slow that roll a bit, not The Rock Johnson.
And I would urge you to go to slugmag.com and or billfrost.tv. You can check out my content shifter column for July. I pick out a few shows you may have slept on in the first half of 2019.
And come see me, Tommy Milagro, at Broovies.
What?
Because, again, Goots and I, we're going to be showing AEW's Fight for the Fallen at the bar. So jump on that, folks. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. And when is that?
That would be July 13th, this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
What time?
So bell time's going to be, well, let's see. It's going to be 6 o'clock Mountain. So
if you're traveling from out of state
Yeah.
to hang out at Broovies,
yeah. Why not? You can do it.
make sure you get the time zone right. Okay, that's enough for now. I want to thank Sugar House Distillery for the, what was it?
That would be the new make whiskey.
Whiskey?
Yep.
Can you get that at the liquor stores, or do you have to go to
that's
direct
just-
to the source?
Nah, you got to go straight to the stores at Sugar House Distillery.
That is
Only place to get it.
22 something Southwest Temple
Yeah, right there.
in Salt Lake City. It is, spoiler, it is not in Sugar House.
Doesn't matter. Nah. And of course, go
South
visit.
Salt Lake Distillery just didn't have
There
a
you
ring to
go.
it.
Yeah. But go visit Ivy over at Boostique in downtown Salt Lake. They're about, I want to say, let's see. God damn it, I had the address.
4th South.
It's 3rd South, 4th East.
We do right by our sponsors.
We drink
The
right
downtown area.
We'll clear this up right now. We don't know their fucking addresses. We've been there. SugarHouseDistillery.net and BoostiqueSLC.com.
There you go.
Find them yourself.
That's what Google's for. And, of course, thanks also to our other sponsors, Outlaw Distillery, Ogden's Own Distillery, and, of course, Bohemian Brewery, all fine sponsors of TV10 Podcast. They pay us for this.
Yeah, who's coming up next week? What are we drinking next? What am I drinking next week?
Oh, I'm gonna leave that be for right now.
Okay.
It's a surprise.
It'll be a surprise.
Yes.
Okay. I will drink it.
Of course you will.
Whatever it is, I will drink it.
Of course you will.
Has it got alcohol in it? All right. That's it. Say goodnight, America.
Good night, America, Melissa.
Good night, everybody.
And let's jiggle that handle because it's time to flush.
Greg Palcott is live in Lyon. Hey, Greg.
Guess what? History has just been made, Arthel. We are here in a sports bar in Lyon, France. Here, listen to it. We are in a sports bar. We were going to be outside. We were going to be looking at a screen with the football team there. But in fact, that game was canceled by the officials because they were worried about security measures. So the American fans here, they came in from that location over to the sports bar, and it's been a great, crazy time here watching history being made. That women's soccer team, listen to it all, that women's national soccer. So did you have any doubt they were going to lose or no?
None whatsoever. Now we need to win in 2020. Democrats! USA Democrats! Get that racist out of the White House!
Absolutely. They are very happy. It's a political thing, too, as you can see, but they're very happy about this team winning.
Watch the heart.